takes a lot of the stress off the run game when you do that. And there's no doubt we did some things up front. They're a good job in that first drive, but you just got to sustain it. You got to do it for 4 quarters. So just not good enough. So not to our standard, not acceptable, and it's not been that way for most of this season. So pretty frustrating.
But Tom, I was curious though, like in that first drive, the intent was to run the ball and not throw it. And even on 3rd and 5s and 3rd and 8s and 3rd and 10s after that, running plays where looked like you didn't want Donovan to be in tough passing situations. But then I didn't understand with 30 seconds to go in the half when you were getting the ball at the start of the 3rd quarter anyway, why he threw then.
Yeah. So to me, I guess there was an intent. Like so a lot of times, some of the calls were either run pass options where he could throw it or run it. And so he chose to run several of those in the first half, and I felt like he should have thrown some of them, and talked about that on the sideline. And, with right before halftime, I mean, you can set on the ball, and which we could have, I guess. That's part of it. But, to me, I'm like, we're not going to beat these guys scoring 7 points, So I felt like that, we hadn't really thrown the football effectively yet. Felt like we could. I've seen him do it during practice, and so I felt like we needed to, be able to. On that throw, he should have ran it, it was double coverage, So, and we're all screwed on the sideline to run it, but he obviously didn't do that. So, but, the bottom line is I want to get in field goal range. We got a really good kicker. He had to get to the 40, and so, that's on me, but I'm not going to sit here and be conservative, and, I'm just not going to do it. We got to score points, and so to me, I'm not going to call it that way, so put that one on me. We got to throw the football. I'm not going to play scared. I'm not going to play tentative, and I want us to let it rip, and if it happens and it's not executed right, then so be it. But I'm not going to play this way. So you don't beat good teams scoring 7 points.
I guess to kind of expand on just the offensive side of it, is it, I guess, how much of it is trying to take advantage of maybe Donovan having that dual threat ability, and how much of it is, I don't want to say limiting, but sort of not wanting to ask him in the passing game to do stuff that he's just maybe not prepared for yet?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, 3rd and longs are hard, and so that's not ideal. I get that. And those are tough situations. Schematically, you do different things defensively. You usually do a lot of exotic pressures and different things, disguise-wise, coverage-wise, and so it's harder. It puts more pressure on a young quarterback to figure those things out, and so you try to eliminate those, and that's where I felt like that. But you still got to throw the football. That's like I get it. You run the ball with him, and he can run the ball. That's great. But it says dual threat. Okay, dual means you do both, right? So if you're not dual, then you're just one-dimensional, all right? So to me, that's why that word is what it is. So to me, that is definitely a strength, is to be able to run the football, but you got to be able to throw it as well. So to me, I think you can't shy away from that. You got to be able to do it, and obviously do it in a efficient way and not put him in harm's way, but you can't, make it to where you just cautiously play the game and call the game. So, at the same time, it puts a ton of pressure on your defense when you can't score points, and eventually they just kind of wear down, So, to me, it's about trying to win the game, not just keep the score close or not just try to hang around. To me, it's try to win.
Grumble did give you some passing there at the end. Are you open to maybe looking at him
Absolutely.
to start next Saturday?
Whatever we got to do to beat Purdue. That's it. That's the bottom line. So to me, that's everything's on the table. We got one game, very important game, very big game, the game of the season, biggest game of the season because it's the next one, but we know it's Purdue, which makes it extra special.
Coach Peyton Hendershot had 2 carries. No targets on offense. Was there an injury there, or was that just not part of the game plan?
No, the game plan is getting him the football. So, but that's part of the issues with passing it as well, So, but obviously, getting him in the backfield, getting him touching the ball was by design for sure. Want to continue to do things like that, but yeah, we got to throw in the football. I mean, he's one of our top guys, and it's the same with number 3. So, got to throw the football.
No takeaways on defense and kind of a coverage bust. I mean, you talked about them being worn down, but I mean, how would you assess?
Well, our 3rd downs weren't good enough. We had a couple busts that hurt us, but had some real close pressures where as we're hitting the guy or getting to him, and I thought they won the 50-50 balls, at receiver that we were not able to win, and I was disappointed in that. Our 3rd down defense wasn't good enough. I thought we did a lot of good things defensively, but not enough, and just disappointed in 3rd downs and not being able to get those contested balls. Something we got to be able to do. I mean, they got some, Seven, I think, is a really talented receiver. He's a big guy. He's got good length, and we got to come down with some of those, at least breakups, So, but that to me, and I just felt like we just needed to contest things and pressure things. So, yeah, it's just, just overall not good enough. Not good enough.
I'm going to get back to Grant, actually. 2 games now, we've seen him throw the ball comfortably. He looks kind of
Yeah.
comfortable out there.
Yeah, he does.
And today he showed that he has some wheels getting the corner on that one play. So he seems like a dual threat opportunity there. And the ability to throw the ball
Yeah.
is exactly what.
I agree, because it keeps you from just ganging up on you, you know. And you're right. The thing that has stuck out to me with him is he looks comfortable, you know, and that's kind of been even against Ohio State when he was thrust in there in a tough situation, and has not played a whole lot at that point for sure, and has played a little more now. But yeah, that's a good sign. He's improved a lot since he's been here, and really proud of him. He's locked in, ready to go. Just always does everything right. So yeah, to me that's encouraging. It's positive without a question. And you know, we've got a stable full of running backs to walk on, so we might as well add them to the crew with the quarterback. So bottom line is next man up, step up, make plays, and if you're good enough, we're going to put you in there. And to me, he's showing that he can get the ball down the field, get the ball out quickly, read the coverages, and do a good job of moving the change. So that was definitely a positive for our program.
Coach, I know you said a long time ago that you were playing Donovan before you had originally hoped to. I mean, how much work are you have to do to kind of build him back up?
Yeah, and that's where honestly, I mean, I just being real, we've had those conversations. You know, you play somebody too soon, and it makes it hard. You know, but we didn't have a choice, and you want to be able to build off of each week, and sometimes when the negatives happen, it can go the other direction. You know, and you start losing your confidence, and then you start second guessing yourself, and I think you've seen some of that. So yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of conversations with coaches, and it happens in the NFL as well. You play a rookie too soon, and he gets a lot of this, and a lot of negatives, and it just kind of sets him back. You know, so that's the concern, without question. Just being transparent with y'all. I think that's a fair question, and that's a fair concern, because I know he has a lot of talent, but I know that when you get thrust in these moments and you're not quite ready, sometimes it can hurt you more than it can help you. You know, so but at the same time, we it's kind of come down to the point where it's last man standing, you know. So, but he's been awesome. He works hard. He cares, and hasn't thrown the ball, especially on game day like he does in practice, you know. So we got to get him to that point. So it does show up there. So it's not like he can't, but to be able to do it under pressure, under duress, reading coverages, figuring that stuff out is definitely what you want. So there's no doubt. I think that these have helped him, but there's definitely a fine line with that where it can go too far the negative way. Awesome. Have a great night. Elio.